pitch black. And by this point, the only light that we could see was from our phones. And the only thing you could hear was the waves creeping in and like rocks falling off the headland behind us.
We responded to a call out where 2 males were cut off by the tide between where we are now at the station and Lavenot Point.
We were walking from down there within about half an hour. We thought the tide had barely moved, but by the time we get 3/4 down, there's no beach left. It is just the sea, and then it's just us. There's nothing else there, it's just the sea.
We have the second highest tidal range in the world, and a lot of people aren't prepared for that when they visit us. A lot of people expect it just to stay or rise and fall a little. So they go for a walk and they end up being cut off.
So we turned around, tried to make it back, but the beach had already shrank by the time we were down there. Space of maybe 5 minutes.
Once you're cut off there and all you've got are the cliff face, pebbles, and then obviously the tide's coming in, you've got absolutely nowhere to go. So at that point you would be quite worried because the only option you would have would be swimming. With no land or other people in sight, then it can be really scary.
Well, George said to me okay, we need to go back. This is when we've realised that the seawall just behind us was cut off. So we thought we'll try our best to make the way that we came down. When we realised that that wasn't an option and that we were cut off, the first thing that we did was dial 999 and ask for the Coast Guard.
George and Alex were really lucky that day. They responded in the perfect manner by calling 999 and asking for the Coast Guard as soon as they realised they were in difficulty. They were able to give a precise location of where they were, which allowed us to find them a lot quicker.
The cliff behind had fallen at some point recently, and we sat on a bit of land that had fallen back,
landslide,
if that makes sense. Yeah, a bit of a landslide. We were sat on that, so it was a bit more raised than everything else. But there was a log, wasn't there, on the floor. And when we got there to call them, we saw this log, and we just saw it. Within 10 minutes, that log was underwater, and that's how quickly the tide was coming in.
Thank God that they were there to assist us. Because without them, I don't know how we would have got through what we did.
The access points locally for us is probably about anything up to an hour walk. Obviously check the tide times before you go out. If you're not used to the area, ask a local and just see how long you have to get to your destination. If you walk in on the beach, just be aware that some of the cliff rocks do crumble. And if you're on the water, just be aware that the tidal current will be stronger one way depending on if the tide's coming in or going out. But obviously, if it does happen to you, you want to ring 999 and ask for the Coast Guard.